Hi guys, it's Zoe, as you know. If you didn't know, hi, I'm Zoe. It's nice to meet you. I hope you had a great day, great night whenever you're watching this. It's currently, I don't know the time here, there's a clock behind me, you can't see it. I think it's around 10 something, but yeah, as you can tell, I am in the hospital. I have been admitted for high fever, things like that. For my CVID. I am going to make a video about that soon, but I can link some old videos about hospitalizations below. Watch them if you'd like, or you can ask me questions. But this video, as you've clicked on it, is about ports and what a portacath is. So what I have is this. It is a port. It is about the size of a quarter, I'd say. Darn, I usually carry on me, I carry a port card that has the type of port that I have and like what size needle you need to use, how much fluid it can take, things like that. Because some people have 2 socket ports, so they can have 2 needles. But mine right now, here, I'll come closer. Okay, so excuse like my gross skin too. My kitty blanket, actually got this in the hospital. Yeah, so anyway, sorry. I got this port a month ago, and so far it's been pretty good. But so what a port is it's pretty much, before I go into detail, it's a catheter. It's a catheter that goes into a vein near your heart to make it easier on your body, easier on your veins to distribute medicine, to take blood, to give IVs. People use it for chemo. People use it for harsh medications. You know, when you continuously are going to need something. People also get PICC lines in their arm that goes into a major vein or blood vessel, artery. I'm not too sure about PICC lines in their arm, but that kind of skeeved me out just because that's more risk of infection actually, because well, for me anyways, because of my immune disease, because I also wrestle too, so it could get pulled out wrestling, and that actually hangs out of your body like this. Normally you can't even see anything. There's just a scar and a bump. But right now my port is accessed, and it's just like a little plastic bump under the skin. Pardon me. If I do have a picture of it not accessed, I can try to find one for you. But yeah, so pretty much they find a good source of like an artery or a major blood vessel. I'm not really that sure. And they measure it out. They measure out the length from your neck to your where they want to place the port, and then they cut the catheter. I've actually watched the surgery because I'm into medical stuff. It didn't skeeve me out at all. I wanted to know what they were gonna do to me. I know that might seem kind of weird, but oh well. I like Grey's Anatomy. Comment down below if you like Grey's Anatomy. But yeah, so it's made out of plastic. Sorry, I just kind of spaced out. And the center of it is kind of here, I don't know. I was gonna use a banana as an example. Okay. Bear with me here. This is like the surface of the port. Okay, so this is the surface of the port, right? My banana just fell apart. But this is the surface of the port, and the needle needs to go in here. It will go in like that. So it is like squishy in the center. It's kind of a soft but still a firm plastic, if that makes sense. And what they do is they feel around for it. So the port does move in your chest. As you can see, it does sort of wiggle. And that does feel very weird, especially as like a woman, because like mine is placed in the breast tissue. So sometimes with certain shirts I can feel it tugging, or like with certain bras, you know, not to be TMI, but this is educational, so I don't mind talking about it. Also, they can go under your armpits, they can go under your breastbone down here, but this was the just one that made sense for me. But I'm gonna show you the port now. So the reason I got my port was for my IVIG and for my hospitalizations that I have, which are frequently with my chronic diseases and stuff like that, and asthma. But yeah, so they made an incision here, as you can see, and this is actually the plastic line. I know, kind of scary, but you can see it if I turn my head and then get closer. And then down here, her name's actually Penny, by the way. I wish I could show you guys, but the incision is about an inch long, I'd say. Yeah, an inch. Which isn't too bad. I mean, it's going to fade, and I can have it for up to 3 years, depending on how you take care of your port. And you do need to, and for like port care, you do need to heparinize it every 4 weeks so you don't get blood clots. So, you know, you either do that at home or go to a hospital for that. I get infusions every 4 weeks, so they do that after my infusions. But also, if you have a fever, every hospital is different, every doctor is different. But for me, my doctor said if you have a fever higher than 101.5, you need to come in because you could have a bacterial blood infection with your port, and that's very dangerous because obviously your blood is distributed throughout your body, and if you have an infection in your blood, you know, that could be spread to your kidneys, your thyroids, your eyeballs, everything like that, and that could very easily, especially even if you don't like have symptoms of an infection and you feel feverish, it's still good to be like, hey doc, I have a fever, and he'll be like, okay Zoey, let's see, like, you know, to take blood cultures and see how bacteria grows. And yeah, I'm sorry, that was so awkward, just ignore that. Anyways, yeah, so my port just kind of sits here, and I mean, you can't really see it. I mean, it honestly, you can't really see it sitting on the skin, but I mean, it does kind of leave a bump. It also depends on like I don't want this to like sound rude or anything, but it does depend on like your size. So I'm like a medium to small build, but like I'm a heavier like chest build, so it doesn't show as much down here. But if I were to have it, you know, say up near my, is this a clavicle? Is it clavicle, a neck, or a collarbone? I don't know. I'm trying to use big words, people. I'm sorry. But if I were to use it near my collarbone more, it would show more because I'm thinner up there than I am down here because I have more tissue. But down here, you know, if I were to hit it, it wouldn't hurt as much, I think. I think that's why they put it there, and it's more viable there. But as for like port care, it's, you know, a couple of tips that I noticed were the seatbelt. It does hurt kind of, especially while driving. I have to be careful. So sometimes I wrap a little towel or like a sock in like around the where I'm sitting in the car, the seatbelt. Excuse me, that took me a while. Because one time my mom, well, a couple times while I have had a port, like someone swerved in front of my mom in the car, and my mom had to slam on the brakes, and the port got hit, and I actually got like a bruise, and it hurt pretty bad, and it kind of like phased me. And sorry, I spaced out. And after the surgery, me personally, I got a lot of tenderness in my neck. So depending on what side, your surgeon will probably pick the side of your port, but I definitely recommend, you know, talking to your surgeon, talking about care. I'm very hands-on with my care. I like learning about health stuff. You might be squeamish about it, and I get that, but I think it's really important as a young adult, and especially if you have an illness, to kind of take into your own, you know, hands, because I'm gonna be 18 pretty soon, and then I'm going to be going to college, hopefully. And I'm gonna be by myself, and I'm gonna be taking care of myself. And I need to know these things. I keep a notebook. So, for example, this isn't a notebook, but this is my poetry. I just dropped chapsticks, but this is my poetry notebook. But I keep a notebook like this for medical things. You know, all of my, you know, medications. You just write them down in here, bring them to doctor's appointments. When they round on me in the morning, I take notes. So, you know, it might seem weird to you at first, but you'll get in the hang of it. Just to really, you know, take action for yourself, if that makes sense. But yeah, let me think of something else I need to say. And yeah, so they gave me pain medication. I don't know what they gave me. Did they give me pain meds? I don't know. I can't remember. I was honestly very tired. I never slept that much, but I slept a lot after surgery. I don't know how long it took me to recover. Dang, I'm not prepared at all, am I? It took me about 2-ish weeks to recover, but with my like slow healing process and my immune disease, it took me a little bit longer. And I did get sick too when I went to Disney. Don't rip the bio strips off before they tell you to. I tried doing that and a stitch came out. Definitely don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it, guys. I know that, like, if you're married and you don't ask your spouse to help you put on your shirt, you know, if you don't want like help putting on like a bra or something, if you are too like humble or too like strong to have help washing your hair, this is the time when you need to take care of yourself and you want to heal. You don't want to prolong the healing process. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And if you don't have someone to help you, then you need to be honest with your doctor and you just say, hey doc, I don't have anyone at home to help me, so what should I do? Is this something I'm going to need help with? I personally needed some assistance. You know, I was very, very sore. I'm going to be honest with you. I was sore. My neck was very stiff. I couldn't really sit up by myself the first like 2 days. It got better. You know, I'm not trying to be dramatic. I have a pretty high pain threshold. But just listen to your body, I'd say. And you'll be good. But really, guys, you know, like I said, don't be afraid to ask for help. Watch out for fevers. Don't rip off bio strips. Definitely, you know, a lot of people ask me questions. Hey, like, what'd you do? Like, is that a scar? Like, what's up? Like, what'd you do to your chest or something? Like, I Snapchat streak, someone will see, like, a little sticker here, like, hey, what's going on? I don't mind being like, hey, yeah, it's just a port. Some people do. And honestly, at first, people were like, hey, did you get a hickey? And I was like, bro, how would I get a hickey? Like, right there. What the heck? You know, I was really nervous because, like, proms this year, I didn't want this huge scar, but honestly, it's a tool, and you do need tools. You know, this was a huge decision for me to make, as well as, you know, like, like wheelchairs are and things like that, when to use that. So this is a tool, and I'm not ashamed of it. It's just something that I need. And, you know, people are gonna ask questions. It happens. And it's up to you whether or not you want to answer them. It's completely up to you. But that's what I make these videos for. They're therapeutic for me. I'm in the hospital. I'm a little bit lonely. And I just like kind of explaining. And I don't want to hide behind, you know, my illness. But I also don't want to hide behind I'm fine or mind your own business. So, yeah, I don't know. A lot of people have been asking me. So I figured, why not? Even family members still don't really know what the thing is poking out of my chest. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You can feel free to DM me on Twitter, Instagram, or down below. But yeah, if you found this video helpful, definitely subscribe or make a request or something. I love making videos for you guys, for all 67 of my subscribers. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later, and we will see you guys soon. If you haven't seen the Emoji Movie, watch it. Oh my gosh, I made another video tonight and I talked about the Emoji Movie, but it's so good. I love it. But yeah, love you guys.